After a 50-year hiatus, the U.S. has finally returned to the lunar surface. Intuitive Machines out of Texas has built and successfully landed an autonomous robot lander on the lunar surface named Odysseus. The spacecraft was launched by Elon Musk's SpaceX aboard a Falcon 9 rocket. In this new age of space exploration, NASA is working with the private sector, supporting several scouting missions ahead of a planned return of astronauts to the moon in the coming decade. This mission marks the first moon landing in the Artemis program.
When we hear those words, we have touchdown. It's our next step to taking humans back to the moon.
The descent and landing came with some drama and surprises.
Less than 1 minute remaining to touchdown.
Odysseus experienced navigation challenges on approach.
We are checking our antenna reception.
But engineers on the ground came up with a last-minute workaround, sending commands to the spacecraft.
We do have signal that we're tracking. We're going to confirm our pointing vector with our antenna.
It's our first step to further our scientific understanding of the lunar surface and also begin our exploration of the South Pole, which eventually is where we'll land humans under the Artemis campaign.
Go for prime.
Once communication with the craft resumed, the team experienced a weak signal, believing Odysseus was resting in a crater. But after a selfie was transmitted, the team realized Odysseus was on its side.
We think we came down and caught a foot in the surface, and the lander has tipped like this. And we believe this is the orientation of the lander on the moon.
The scientific instruments that are functioning will be measuring space weather and the lunar environment to prepare for future landing missions.
The South Pole holds a great deal of resources in the form of water, currently as ice, in which we can use to create power at the moon.
In the coming years, look for a host of small landers like Odysseus to pave the way for the Artemis program. These public-private partnerships are meant to save money, but come with risks. Several international commercial lander missions have suffered major setbacks in the past year.
I know this was a nail-biter, but we are on the surface, and we are transmitting. Welcome to the moon.
Odysseus is a cause for celebration as the first controlled lunar landing by the U.S. since the last Apollo mission 17, with astronauts Gene Cernan, Ronald Evans, and Harrison Schmitt on board. Only 4 other countries have ever landed on the moon: Russia, China, India, and most recently, Japan. The U.S. is the only country to have sent humans to the lunar surface. The Odysseus mission was not intended to survive the harsh temperatures of the lunar night. Before its batteries were depleted, the first commercial lunar lander on the moon phoned home one more time, sending this last image.